Just like last week.
I mean, if you absolutely need me to, I will. But if you have a recording, play that. I don't sing on the spot. That's not how this works.
No melons today.
Isn't the red line?
What?
USA HD Netherlands.
No Gavin Young today.
No? Good. Maybe he got COVID from fighting with that player.
Which I think he did last time. Okay, what did you
Well, you never know. What was I looking at? Oh, I was gonna see if we were at
The administration, faculty, and students of Marshfield High School welcome you to Kenneth and Artist Hiding Community Stadium and Len Newton Field for tonight's Wisconsin Valley Conference contest between the DC Everest Evergreens and the Marshfield Tigers. The game is being played under the support of the Wisconsin Interscholastic Athletics Association and in accordance with the rules and regular governing.
I think we've got all 6 broadcasts up now. 6, that's all. Still feel exhausted. Come on.
Don't have time, no. We don't have time? We have 9 minutes. I've gotta say something before, so we could squeeze one song in there, you know.
Stand by. Because I don't have 9 minutes of stuff to say, so I'm gonna
Tripod is scary. I feel like the camera's gonna fall out the window. And if it does, I don't know if I can save it.
it won't.
I'll try my best.
Everest Marshfield, Marshfield Everest. Everest Marshfield, Marshfield Everest. Everest Marshfield, Marshfield Everest. Makes me nervous because it's in it. My car loses connection. Something happens in there. It boosts itself out. What we found is what eliminates that is just connecting straight in.
We don't really use this as much as we used to last year.
Once the Everest High School, Marshfield High School, and the WIAA require good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants, coaches, and officials. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments or other intimidating or taunting actions will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. Welcome to the campus of Marshfield High School for tonight's match between the DC Everest Evergreens and the Marshfield Tigers. Tonight's official
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Marshfield Senior High School and Hiding Community Field as we get you set for today's Wisconsin Valley Conference soccer matchup today between the visiting DC Everest Evergreens and the home Marshfield Tigers. Jason Zaleski here alongside Jada Hamblin, bringing you today's Wisconsin Valley Conference soccer action live. Again, from Marshfield, you were in the Forward Bank pregame show. Forward Bank, moving our communities forward. Online at forward.bank and in person in Colby, Greenwood, Marshfield, Medford, Park Falls, Phillips, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee. Again, Forward Bank, moving our communities forward. Forward.bank. And they will do starting lineups here in the stadium, and we will do them as well. First, we'll start with the home Marshfield Tigers. And starting for the Tigers today in numerical order, number 3, Ian Haugen is a senior. Number 4, Tim Krause, a senior. Number 5 is Sam Rorty, a senior. Last time we saw Sam on Thursday last week, a hat trick here in a win over Wausau East, and you saw highlights of that on Zaleski Sports Facebook. A senior is number 8, Logan Meyer. Brian Fay, also a senior. He wears number 9. Lucas Barth, a sophomore defenseman for Marshfield tonight. Brett Manigault, also a sophomore, and he will play the midfield for the Tigers. Alex Simon, defender, is a senior, wears number 13. Braxton Kurth, the sophomore, wears number 15. Spencer Fry is a senior for the Tigers, plays in the midfield, and in goal for Marshfield is number 20, Trevor Cassidy. Marshfield is coached by Jeff Moulter, assisted by Steve Lindner. For the visiting DC Everest Evergreens, in numerical order, number 1, John Belton, a senior in goal. He is also a team captain, along with Captain Connor Schomer. Schomer wears number 2 as a senior midfielder. Caden Hupner is a junior forward. He wears number 3. Number 5 is Ben Hollenbeck, a senior defender for the Evergreens. Wearing number 8 is a junior midfielder, Kyle Jaglinski. Number 11 is Garrison Peak, a junior midfielder. Sophomore in the midfield is number 12, Raul Rosales. Raul Rosales, a sophomore midfielder. Defender is number 13, a senior, Sam Watson. Colin Belton is another sophomore midfielder for DC Everest. He wears number 14. Defender is number 18, Kyle Weniger. Weniger is a junior, and Triton Schmidt, junior defender, wears number 21. The DC Everest Evergreens are coached by Josh Roloff and assisted by Brian Boogie, Colton Kellenhauser, and John Lapine. Again, we are in the Forward Bank pregame show. Forward Bank, moving our communities forward at forward.bank and at the following locations: Colby, Greenwood, Medford, Marshfield, Park Falls, Phillips, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee. This from Forward Bank, and back to Marshfield for soccer in just a moment.
I had an employee once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
All right, national anthem is here and gone. We are just about at soccer time here again. Wisconsin Valley Conference Soccer, the home Marshfield Tigers, the visiting DC Everest Evergreens. As we bring our Forward Bank pre-kick show to a close, again, Forward Bank moving our communities at forward.bank. Bank, and in person in Colby, Greenwood, Marshfield, Medford, Park Falls, Phillips, Stanley, Thorpe, and Withee. Take a look at current Wisconsin Valley Conference soccer standings, and atop the conference, Wausau West at a perfect 4-0. Wisconsin Rapids Lincoln 4-1, Marshfield at 3-3, Hortonville 2-2, along with DC Everest, Wausau East 1-4, and Merrill winless on the year. No wins and 4 losses for the Blue Jays. And for Marshfield, last time out was at West on Saturday, where they lost 7-3. DC Everest also dropped a Saturday contest at Wisconsin Rapids 3-0. In other Valley Conference action on Saturday was Hortonville over Wausau East 5-0. Wausau West and East played earlier today. We'll see if we can grab a score for you somewhere. We'll take a look for one. And DC Everest and Marshfield playing now, along with Hortonville at Merrill, I think. Although I believe, now that I'm saying it all out loud, I believe Merrill has discontinued their season here in 2020. As a matter of fact, the more I talk about it, the more I remember that conversation I had up in Merrill, and Merrill will not play soccer here in 2020. So Hortonville without a game tonight, as we are now officially underway as we see Marshfield in their home blacks and DC Everest in the road white. As you watch along with us here from Marshfield this evening under the lights. Think back to, I don't know how many games over at Greasy Park, Figgy's Field in Marshfield. All those matches had to start at 4 o'clock to get them in before the sun went down. Not the case here under the lights now at this beautiful new facility in its second year of operation here in 2020. Sent in Cassidy. Able to snatch that one up and send it back to the midfield where Rorty brings his head on top of it. Now Fry will send it up ahead. Intended for Fay. And the Evergreens will work the ball up the far side. And long ball sent ahead. Marshfield defenders do not get there. Now the pass comes to the outside, sent across, and nobody home on the connecting end as Connor Schomer sent it through. It'll be a goal kick upcoming now for Marshfield as Schomer tried to center that one and fed it in a little bit too hot. So goal kick here now for Marshfield. Rorty waits for it at midfield where he connects with it. Now ball sent long for Rorty. Rorty races down the side. He's got one all the way across the field in Brett Manigal. Keeps it on the far side. Now it comes across and sent out there by Sam Watson. Kraus with it up top. Kraus, nifty move there. Able to slip past his defender. Now Marshfield will change their shape here in the offensive zone. Send it in now to Manigal, and then Manigal loses it on the sideline. It'll be a throw upcoming for Everest. Now the ball sent forward from Everest, and that will be chased down by Lucas Barth, and the Tigers look to work the ball out, and they do. Now with it is Haugen. Haugen feathers it up the far side for Rorty. And Rorty trips over the ball, gets it back to Haugen, and then kicked out of bounds by Everest to throw for the Tigers. Live sports all over the place tonight on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network. In Indiana, it is Delta Newcastle volleyball. Varsity match ongoing there now. Varsity about to begin just a couple hundred feet away from here inside of the Bose & Company Fieldhouse. As a matter of fact, varsity volleyball has started between Marshfield and Everest. Marshfield leads 9-3 as I take a quick peek in there inside the Bozen Company Fieldhouse on our broadcast, as a matter of fact. Allman Bancroft is at Pacelli. Varsity will start there in about 25 minutes. And Stratford and Assumption volleyball. And I'll take a quick peek there as I click on the link I find at ZaleskiSports.com. And varsity just underway right now. The first point of the match earned by Stratford as I take a look again. All games found at ZaleskiSports.com. All 5 of those games. 5 including this one. A stop there by Cassidy. Oftentimes when there's 2 or 3, I'll challenge you all to watch all of them at the same time. Big challenge now, watch all 5 at the same time. You need to get yourself an array of computers and tablets and smart TVs if you're going to pull that off. I've seen it done before. Matter of fact, our very own Steve Maves accomplished that feat just a couple weeks ago as his game he was about to call was canceled, and he pulled up every computer and tablet he could find in his neighborhood and brought up all 4. I think he had 4 games to navigate through that night. You got 5 tonight. As we're here at Marshfield, Zaleski Sports, the official broadcast partner of Marshfield Senior High School. Bring you every home soccer, tennis, volleyball, football game here for the next number of years. Also, a full array of road matches and road games as well. Marshfield looking, speaking of football, looking for a football game on Friday. Or for this weekend at any rate, and we'll see what they find. As this one intended for Rorty did get a chest on it and slips. That one peeled away by Raul Rosales. And now sent up ahead to Hopner. And that one flag will go up. It'll be a throw for Everest. Kraus intercepts that one, turns outside to, let's see, who is that there? Trying to remember all the names. Braxton Kurth. Had most of them memorized on Thursday night. Now I've slept a couple times since then. Called a couple other games since then. As the 2 teams do battle here in the midfield. Fry with it now, and Fry up ahead to Kraus. Kraus will poke it forward, but out of control was Kraus, and off to Garrison Peak. And now ahead, Tigers try to keep this one in, and do. Up ahead to Manigal. Nice job there by Kurth. Kurth able to keep that in and keep it out of the hands of the Evergreens. Now up ahead it comes to Manigal. And tap back, missed his target in Haugen. Schomer with it now, and off it goes to Belton. And back again to midfielder Garrison Peak. And off to the outside as the Evergreens work the ball around, trying to get a couple touches. They do. And control this possession here in the midfield off of those touches. On the defensive end, now outlet to Connor Schomer, and up ahead, running free. One-on-one opportunity here for the Evergreens, and that'll be sent through and in. A goal for Caden Hopner here in the 8th minute. And Hopner puts the Evergreens on the board. It may actually be Hepner, Caden Hepner. Yeah, not sure about the assist on this end either. That ball kind of bounced around a little bit. All depending how you want to score that one, if you're going to score it and assist. I've seen it happen both ways, but in the end, it was Hepner out in front. Caden Hepner, the junior forward for the Evergreens, one-on-one, and slipped it past Marshfield goalkeeper Trevor Cassidy. Squint number 2 says hi. It's not a Lucas alter ego, is it? Okay, not this time. Not yet, anyway. Yeah. Well, again, those of you watching with us on YouTube, definitely chat with you online as you enjoy today's broadcast. And in the name of fairness, we'll go take a look over at our Facebook broadcast, as this game simulcasting on a number of places around the internet. And a free kick now. This one sent into the box. And now sent all the way up by Kurth. Nice job there by the Tigers defense to get that one all the way out. It will be a throw earned for Everest. Nobody commenting yet on Facebook. That's okay, but make sure if you do, just make sure you do. Just keep it at that. Be more than happy to chat with you during the broadcast. You may have a question about something that happened. We'll be happy to tell you what we know. Oftentimes, how a lot of folks maybe just tuning in now, and maybe you tune in and you ask who scored. Well, we'll tell you that. And I'll tell you for now, that one ripped and just high. That one off of the right shoe of number 12. That is Raul Rosales. Rosales took a swing at it. But it was Caden Hepner scoring in the 8th minute, 1-0, DC Everest. So 1-0 Everest here as we now enter our 11th minute of play here from Marshfield. Again, Marshfield and DC Everest fans, I'll keep on my screen volleyball here for you. We'll keep you up to date on that. Marshfield in set number 1 leads 20-11. So again, Marshfield leads 20-11 volleyball. Everest leads 1-0 here. Haugen with it in the midfield, and not able to retain there was Maya Goyshia. I'm going to say that name right today. At some point, I will say it right. Thirteenth minute and whistle there. And whistle in favor of Marshfield as they earn themselves a free kick. Spencer Fry will kick, sends it into the box, and comfortably coming out was goalkeeper John Belton. Kick from Fry attempted for Rorty, but missed the mark. This one will be kept in by Triton Schmidt and then sent all the way back to Belton, where he will line it up. And the Evergreens will attempt the far side of the field as they connect here on a few passes. Everest looking crisp as Hepner was on that last connecting end before Rorty comes all the way up to intercept that one. Trying to push the tempo here a little bit, and this one sent all the way in. I believe long ball intended there for Manigault. That ball missed its target. And again, Belton will scoop it up and roll it forward. Nice job by Fry to step in front of that one. Now Fry all the way down on the goal line, and a goal kick as Fry not able to keep it in. Or was that Fay? At any rate, Marshfield not able to keep that one from escaping through the goal line. Marshfield nearing a set one win inside the Bose & Company Fieldhouse, as we've got one down here on the near side of the field, and no whistle yet. And now the whistle comes, and we will stop the clock there as we play in the 16th minute. And injury on the field. We will take our first commercial break here and come back with our substitute here for Everest in just a moment.
Experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Your choice to learn with small in-person classes, online classes, innovative technology class options, or your choice of any combination to fit your needs. You can get your liberal arts degree and transfer as a junior to all UW colleges or in-demand employable skills. Start now to experience choice risk-free at Mid-State Technical College. Find out what risk-free means at mstc.edu.
At the Granite Shop, we take great pride in what we do. We offer high-quality natural stone granite as well as a huge selection of man-made stone. With full slabs as well as a variety of partial remnants, you'll have no problem finding the stone that was meant for you. Our high-end, high-quality granite, quartz, and marble is perfect for any kitchen, bathroom, or remodel need. We are locally owned and operated on County Road C near Stratford. We service all of Wisconsin.
As we come back here to Marshfield, that was Connor Schomer, who was down on the ground and being assisted off now by the Everest coaching staff, and a couple taps on the back from his teammates as the senior midfielder Connor Schomer heads off. And as soon as his replacement turns around, we'll tell you who that is. But Schomer didn't see what happened, just was kind of checking that volleyball score for you, and looked up to find the ball and saw Schomer writhing just a bit, holding one of his ankles, but he'll head over, and Paige Albrecht, one of the best in the business, will have a look at him over there. As that one sent in by Spencer Fry is what I believe just a show of sportsmanship there, as the play was stopped and Fry gives it back to the Evergreens. Now the Evergreens push all the way down. It is goal scorer Caden Hopner. Marshfield defense able to rally and work the ball free, and now Manigault with it here on the near side, has Haugen inside of him, and all the way across it goes to Fay. Brian Fay with it here as he crosses midfield. Fay looking for a connection. Had Manigault running free down the near side. Nobody saw a man go, and he's got to stop his run to prevent the offside. And now the ball is going to be worked all the way back. And look like they may have gone to Cassidy there, but don't. Instead, Fry in the midfield taps it outside. And Marshfield looking to string together a couple passes here. In it went to Rorty. And the ball worked away there by Peak. Now the Evergreens again doing a much better job than Marshfield at this point. Have been able to string together a few passes here, get a couple of nice touches, and work the ball up ahead. And it'll be a throw earned for the Evergreens there. As Marshfield picks up the set 1 win at home, just a couple hundred feet to our west, across the parking lot, really. As we've got Matt Dickinson and Amelia Warren inside, bringing you the volleyball match, and soccer here, Jason Zielinski and Jada Hamblin. As we see Everest with a 1-0 lead here in half number 1. And this will be a corner for the Evergreens. First corner we've seen today. Evergreens have a couple standing right with Cassidy. Right to go, and it ripped through, and the flag comes up. Hold it. The flag was up in the corner, and they're going to talk about it over there. That flag came up, and I believe the two that were nestled in next to Cassidy after that ball came back out, they did not. And I believe that's what that flag is for. Should that be the case, there would be no goal here. But the two are coming together to talk about it down in the corner. And we don't have a microphone on them for varsity. Okay, well, we'll get a call here as our referee comes all the way over. And everybody coming in, captains from both teams coming in to talk about it. We see the goaltender, John Belton, all the way out of his goal as team captain for the Evergreens to talk about what may have been the case there. But the flag came up in the down on the far sideline, and I believe they're ruling it is offside. Yep, they are, and the Everest bench not happy with the call. But I believe that's what I saw there initially on that corner. Now on the corner, it's fine. Those two can be nestled right in there. Nothing wrong with that at all. But after that ball sprung back out, those two need to regain their onside position, and I don't believe did. Obviously did not, as the flag came up. So no goal, and we play on here in the 19th minute. Jada, you follow all that? Yeah. But I believe that's what happened. Agree? Here? Yeah, I think so too. I believe that was the call that was ultimately made down there, and if so, from what I saw, made correctly. And again, WIAA officials do not miss calls. Just not part of what they do. They get them all right. The best in all the land right here in Wisconsin. And Cassidy will race out, and he'll kick out of bounds. And probably the best option Cassidy had there. He executes it to throw for the Evergreens upcoming. And the throw now will come in from Schmidt. Schmidt now in the Everest offensive zone and off the chest of the Evergreen, and it'll come all the way back out. And then pushed all the way back to the midfield. And we get another whistle, and this whistle will go against the Evergreens, and they were offside again. Play here in the 21st minute. Everest leads 1-0. This one sent in and off the shoe of Kraus. And Kraus and the Tigers unable to track it down. Good job defensively for the Evergreens, and be Marshfield with the throw. Another throw here for Marshfield. Spencer Fry waits on the near side. It comes into Kraus. Kraus couldn't connect there, and the Evergreens will turn the other way. Evergreens quickly up the field now as they look to push tempo here just a bit. And feathered up ahead to Hepner. Hepner turns, looks, and loses control there, all the way back now to Rosales. Or sorry, that's Watson, my apologies. Watson now sends it up and through, and boy, almost a nice connection there. That would have been trouble for Marshfield, as ball almost came all the way through, and now Belton calls off his defense and lets it roll into his hands. As we get a couple subs, as we see one go off for Everest, and that is Garrison Peak headed off. Fry now. Fry tries to work through two, now three Evergreens. And Kraus collides. And the Evergreens will send back, and back it comes to Watson, and Watson turns now and all the way back to Belton with it. Belton all the way through. A couple Evergreens there. If Marshfield defender couldn't connect with it, and he did, as that was Logan Meyer. Meyer heads that one back to Cassidy. Otherwise, could be a 2-on-none there coming against Trevor Cassidy. And Marshfield not able to connect on passes here. As Fry works it through the midfield. Now sends it back to Kurth. Kurth right back to Fry. Up ahead to Haugen. Haugen has Manigal to his right. He's got Rorty all the way in the middle, and gives off to Manigal there. Manigal tried to beat his man, and Haugen slips and trips over the ball. And ball given up to the Evergreens. Marshfield had a couple touches working there, but Ian Haugen not able to keep his footing. Up ahead, it comes here for the Evergreens, and Everest not able to keep that one, keep it down. And now, again, Marshfield just kind of sent that one through, hoping for something, and ball rolled aimlessly through the midfield, picked up by the Evergreens. Now Manigal and Lennon True do battle, and ball comes all the way back through, and now Kurth will send this one out of bounds. Throw upcoming for DC Everest. A little bit out of what we saw in Marshfield on Thursday here at home against Wausau East, at least in the first half. This Tigers not able to maintain possession, especially through the midfield. And seeing that here again today as Everest able to control possession here through our first 25 and a half minutes. We play here in the 26th minute. And 1-0 Everest through all that. So on the one hand, if you're Coach Jeff Malter in Marshfield, perhaps 1-0 is, well, not perhaps, it's better than 2-0. And for Everest, had a couple chances there, especially on that corner from a few minutes ago. But the way Everest has been able to control the tempo here today, they're able to keep that up. Coach Roloff is going to see more than a 1 on his visiting side of the scoreboard. So throw here for Marshfield and sent in on the far side. And Marshfield loses that one out of bounds. They went to each other on that far side and not able to be kept in. And flag comes up now all the way on the far side, and be a penalty on Marshfield, a free kick upcoming for the Evergreens. Now this one sent all the way in. Again, it was good position. That time it was Kyle Jaglinski. Jaglinski with the run, but the pass was equally as good. Marshfield defense able to deflect, and now a throw upcoming for the Tigers. This is Julian Clifton. Clifton in. He feathers up ahead to Haugen and can't keep it inside the lines. Now Rory back inside now comes to Haugen, and again Marshfield not able to connect on their passes. That one wildly out of bounds. That one off the shoe of the defender, the Evergreens defender, as a matter of, or the referee, I'm sorry, and now one all the way up and over the crossbar. That one was sent by Brian Fay, and Fay and the Marshfield Tigers have earned their first corner here of the evening. Play here in the 30th minute, 1-0 Everest. Again, if you're just joining us now, is an 8th minute goal by DC Everest junior Caden Hepner. Hepner on a breakaway and did exactly what he had to do to slip it past Cassidy. Finesse on that goal. You'll see highlights of that goal and the rest of today's match later on tonight on Facebook at Zaleski Sports. And it looks like they called a handball there on Rorty. So turn back over to the Evergreens. Evergreens again pressuring and able to retain and lose it here in the midfield again. Quickly now and hauled in there by Clifton. Clifton able to keep that one in. It looked like that might have slipped all the way out. Now Clifton beat True temporarily. Clifton still inside. Clifton, and it'll be a corner for Marshfield. Nice effort there for Marshfield's Julian Clifton, a sophomore. Clifton able to dribble and beat his defender, who was Lennon True. And a corner earned, and this will be Sam Rorty on the corner as the Evergreens get one sub in. Second corner of the night for Marshfield, and Rorty now will send this a low driving effort in, and Rorty have a chance. No, let that one just slip out of bounds. Looked like Rorty was going to have a second chance to send it in. So Everest with the goal kick. We play here in the 32nd minute. It's the Factory Direct Tire Sale through October 10th at Sherrill Tire. Factory Direct prices on Kelly tires and up to $250 on mail-in rebates on installed Goodyear tires with a Goodyear credit card. Find your location at SherrillTire.com. Rorty off his chest. One Evergreen called for the handball, but that was off his chest. And now, good effort there on the Everest side and able to get it off the Marshfield player was Caden Hepner. So Hepner comes racing all the way in. Give you another update on volleyball. It's Marshfield leading 18-13 in the second set. They lead 1-0 in the match. Evergreens work back to Watson. Here in the near corner to Schmidt. Evergreen's a little more confident with the ball here in the first half. And beyond that confidence, just able to possess that ball. It comes off the chest to True. Peak, and Peak sends it again back to Schmidt. Tigers patiently waiting here, and the Evergreens finally make the mistake. I was just about to say it. Marshfield patient and not patient on the throw. Got that one in right away, and believe they saw something there in Rorty as that one's bounced back in by Clifton and then sent all the way down, and this one will stay in as Kurth will chase it down, and then he's out-hustled on the play by Hepner. Hepner now will race to the corner, and I don't think he was able to keep that in. No, the flag comes up on the other side, and Hepner not able to keep it in, but what Hepner did do was continue to force the action down the field, and again, Hepner and the Evergreens out hustling the Tigers here in the first half. So off the free kick, this one sent in deep, and the ball will be sent out, and it was last off the foot of the Evergreens, and a goal kick. If you're Marshfield, fortunately, upcoming. 36th minute as we near halftime here in Marshfield. Again, Evergreens continue to lead 1-0 off an eighth minute goal from Caden Hepner. Now again, Evergreen's pushing. Here comes True around the corner. That one's still loose in the box. Hepner off the post. Hepner on the right, his right foot off the post as that ball was not able to be cleared by the Tigers. And now a throw-up coming for the Evergreens. Caden Hepner almost had his second goal. Probably should have had his second goal here if not for that crossbar. I'm sorry, if not for the post. It's that right post. Tigers now certainly fortunate here. They're playing apparently with house money here tonight. Handled by Colin Belton on the outside and now pushed from behind and pushed by the Tiger defender. And it'll be a free kick upcoming for the Evergreens. Same thing we saw for Marshfield here on Thursday night. Left the pitch after the first half. Really unsure of themselves and how this one was going to turn out. But it's certainly a different Tigers team in the second half on Thursday. And essentially this same spot. And the Evergreens here in Marshfield, like the Jacks on Thursday, as this one is offside. Flag is up for offside. But the Evergreens looking much like the Lumberjacks on Thursday, the more impressive group of 11 on the field. Came out of halftime on Thursday. And if you were the Lumberjacks, you probably figured you had if not a decent chance, you may have even felt you were in control of that match. Evergreen's certainly in control right now. Tigers yet to give any indication otherwise. There's another long ball for the Tigers. Roarty sends it, and that'll be corralled there by John Belton. Probably the best Tigers chance here in the first half, and that was easily handled by Belton. This one bounced, and Cassidy undecided, and then lunges for it at the last second, able to grab that one out of the air. And now sends it all the way down. Rain or snow or something coming down. Yeah, that's what you were saying before. Okay, yeah, I missed it. But, yeah, all right. Well, that can certainly change things, too. Weather can be a factor, and we'll have a free kick upcoming here as Lennon True pushed Clipton as the two sophomores did battle here on the near side. I got that now, the international symbol for the rain. I totally missed that. But, yeah, all right. And kick sent in by Manigal. It'll come right back. Nope, it'll be headed up by Maya Goisia. I think I just did it. I said it right. Maya Goisia. I'm going to keep saying it now. Just had a mental block on that one on Thursday. That's what that was. But 40th minute here, and it'll be a throw upcoming for the Evergreens. Marshfield not able to do anything with that free kick here just a couple minutes ago. Just less than a minute ago. Coach Malter is going to have a lot to talk to his Tigers about at halftime. A couple obvious things. Ball possession. Maybe, and listen, maybe, I don't know what Coach Malter told his team coming into the match here today, but they've been looking to force the issue here frequently, and that has not panned out. Everest able to control the ball here in the first half, able to work with efficiency and work with a purpose. But less than 5 minutes here before the half, and both Coach Malter and Coach Roloff will take their Tigers and Evergreens and perhaps retool, refine things that happen here in half number one. Still a few minutes left, though. Marshfield looking for a goal of its own, but just haven't given themselves the opportunity for that. As Kraus up ahead, that one easily, though, intercepted. And again, the Evergreens just able to get good quality touches here, good field spacing, everything. So Clifton here up top, and Clifton will send it back to Fry. Now, I said it was Manigault. Manigault quickly up ahead to the far side and saw Rorty on his run, but sent that over the top of Rorty's head. And now Kraus, and we've got a whistle here as I guess it's rain. I don't think it's snow, but the rain now begins to come down a little bit harder. And Rorty will do the honors here in the 42nd minute. He will take the free kick. Free kick goes quick and sent that one all the way through. It's a late run perhaps by Clifton, or I don't know if Rorty was trying to bend that one around, but neither happened. Yeah, Jada, nobody told me about the rain either. That one sent all the way out. Another throw up coming for the Evergreens. Thrown in by Schmidt. Back it comes here to Peak. And then bounced off of True. And right back to the Tigers. 44th minute. As Haugen loses control. Now this one attempted there for Hepner, but slipped past Hepner. Now the Marshfield defense taking its time. Kraus not able to control there. Evergreens will set up one more time before the mishandle there from Jaglinski. Jaglinski went fast. He had one on as he tried to turn with it. Lost his effort as we come up on 1 minute left here. 1 minute left in half number one. And nice job defensively there by Garrison Peak, able to get Rorty off of his spot. Now quickly again it comes in for Marshfield and sent back out. Be another throw for the Tigers as 30 seconds left here to do something. As many umbrellas here have sprouted up in front of us. Many without, though. Many are just going to tough it out. That one is going to be sent out. Marshfield now, less than 15 seconds in the half, go extremely quick. Defenders pushed all the way up. And this one is going to be sent. That was sent by Braxton Kurth and sent out of bounds, and that brings our first half to a close here from Marshfield as, the Evergreens lead on the road here in Marshfield. Our score 1-0, and before we head out for our halftime break, tell you that Fleet Farm is your one-stop shop for all things hunting. You can get everything you need for hunting, from gear, supplies, clothing, game processing, even hunting licenses. Find the top brands at great prices. Fleet Farm has something for everyone. You won't believe what you'll find. Halftime break now, second half action upcoming from Marshfield.
I had an employee at once ask me to prioritize family, faith, and business, and I put them in that order in particular. For each one of our employees, it's family first. You do what is best for you and your family. Then the rest of it will take care of itself. It's about making sure you make the best decisions for you and your family.
Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, has been a Central Wisconsin resident her entire life. That means she has the inside edge on knowing the landscape and what it takes to care for your real estate needs. Whether you're buying or selling, Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, is your friend and neighbor, ready to help.
I'm Jenny Shaner, Realtor First Weber, with experience in residential and commercial real estate. Let's work together as a team for a win in your next real estate transaction.
Grassland Dairy Products is your match for an exciting new career today. Go to grassland.com to see the opportunities waiting for you. Browse through careers like CDL truck driver, shipping and receiving, line tech, quality assurance, forklift, maintenance tech, inventory associates, and more. Great compensation, weekly pay, and zero premium company paid health, dental, and life. Apply now at grassland.com or in person at Grassland Dairy Products, Fairground Avenue, just south of Greenwood. Bauer & Fine Business Technologies is your complete office technology solution. For 60 years, Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been serving school districts, municipalities, counties, religious organizations, and businesses in Wisconsin and beyond. Visit b-bt.com and let Bauer & Fine Business Technologies be your complete office technology solution. That's b-bt.com.
Mr. Trinkler going out on the track and camera?
You gonna do some field cam this time?
Wait till it really starts pouring.
It's supposed to be raining for like the next.
Got a radio here for you.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's why I'm thinking.
Oh.
Sending him down.
Also, this field, if you look down there, it looks like it's very like not.
complete, fans are asked not to enter the track or field area for the safety of all, including participants, coaches, and officials. Teams will come around the back side of the facility into the plaza and locker room areas. Thank you for your cooperation.
Well, I don't know how long it's going to last. Maybe you still can.
No, I didn't want to. That was my problem.
Do you know how they're doing inside?
Up 2-0. And here in the third, up 11.
Hey, could you get me an umbrella and escort me out to my vehicle after the rain?
I gotta get all the iPads from ticket check-in.
I don't know where this rain came from. It's supposed to have been a beautiful week.
Supposedly.
Yeah, I didn't know there was rain for tonight. I had no idea.
This will just blow over. It's a little small.
Are we ready?
I think so.
All right, back here in time for the second half, and second half is underway. There we go. Yeah, still raining. Raining more, and so I decided, all right, well, let's take a look at the radar, because I had no idea this was scheduled. I don't really look at the weather, though, so I guess that's not all too surprising. Whatever it is, I got to go out and do it anyway. But Marshfield and Everest change ends, and for the Tigers, see if that can change what they showed us here in the first half, which was a rather disheveled group. And Hepner right away in on the action. Hepner sends that one on, and Cassidy there on the save. Yeah, a little bit of rain, some green. Looks like it probably will be wet for much of the second half. 2019, Marshfield had what I would call an inordinate amount of rain soccer matches, including one here produced by our very own Lucas Holheisel last year, where on the track in front of us there was a river running down, and I was out of state, and I remember watching that match a little bit. I couldn't tell. I think it may have been maybe against Richmond. But anyway, story there is our beloved producer, Mr. Hoheisel, did everything he could to attempt to convince me to leave here. And what I wasn't being able to compute with his request was that, like us right now, he was dry. Like he was in no danger. And it was already raining, so like you couldn't stop the rain, and it rained throughout the whole match, and it didn't stop, and there was poor Lucas. That's all we can say. So we'll leave it at that. Couple minutes off the clock here in the second half, and Fry gives it up in the midfield. Evergreen's taking their time. Colin Belton and gets that back to Watson. Evergreen's attempt to play on that far side, and then pushed down was Manigill, and Flag comes out, and Fry now will send it all the way down, and Rorty attempted to keep up with it. Tried to slow it down with his right foot, but not able to keep it in the offensive zone of the Tigers. Marshfield a commanding 2-0 match lead as they play inside, also where it's dry, in the Bose & Company Fieldhouse, just across the parking lot from us. And Cassidy now will walk out with it, wait for the DC Everest substitute situation to take care of itself. Evan Peak heads out for the Evergreens. And in his place, Kevin Hang. So Cassidy now will hand over goal kick duties, and the goal kick will finally happen. Seemed like that took quite a while. Yeah. As Fry sends this one in, Watson gets in the way of Rorty again. And again, Everest defensively up to the challenge here tonight. They hang on to this 1-0 lead. Marshfield looking for the equalizer. This one is going to be sent all the way through and out by Fry. And that one headed by Kraus, but heads it back, and now it'll be Cassidy who will punch it ahead but doesn't clear it. Evergreens, big opportunity here. Hang off the side of the cage. And are they going to say Cassidy tipped that? They are, as the corner will be earned by the Evergreens. It was Kevin Hang, senior DC Everest Evergreen, launching that one as Cassidy attempted to to clear that, but not able to. Ball wet, slippery, perhaps, was what was going on there as the rain has let off a little bit. Still coming down, though. Corner here by Colin Abihiel. And missed its connection as it was sent across. Evergreens will retain possession, though. Kraus now with it, and again, another long ball for the Tigers. That one headed down by Fay, and now Hang will take it back. Now Hepner tried to feather that one through off the back leg of Marshfield's, I believe that was Manigault back there. Nope, sorry, that was Kurth. But either way. And battled for, and last off the foot of Hang as Lucas Barth and Hang battled here on the side. And now Barth will throw it in. And Barth throws it over the top of one, and then not able to be kept in by Brian Fay. Now Fay turns, and it'll be another throw coming for DC Everest. Play here in the 52nd minute, 1-0 still. Been that way since the 8th minute goal off the foot of Caden Hepner. Throw now for Abil. And Abil works through Kraus and then off the back of Brian Fay. And now Abil will throw one more time, able to get that one thrown in. Again, Everest patient, looking for the big run, and the flag comes up. Offside were the Evergreens on the run from Lennon True. True had a nice run there, but just a bit mistimed on the ball being sent in. And Kraus stripped again by Hang. And Hang and Kraus tangle and tumble. No whistle there, and now ran on, and that was Barth again. Nice play. Barth still with it. Barth all the way down the field. He's got one option in the middle, one on the right, and missed on his choice to the middle, going for Rorty. And a goal kick now for the Evergreens. R&R Flooring is ready to help make your house a home. Visit R&R Flooring of Spencer for flooring, American-made mattresses, locally made furniture, and much more. See the selection for yourself by visiting the R&R Flooring Furniture and Showroom in Spencer and online at flooringandmattress.com or R&R Flooring and Furniture on Facebook. 54th minute here for Marshfield, and Evergreen's got something working here again as this, I believe, is Hepner. Hepner, nope, that was not Hepner. That was Colin Belton racing through, and Belton had a good run there. Marshfield able to get back in time, forced the throw on the far side of the field for the Evergreens. What a run there for the sophomore midfielder, Colin Belton. As the Evergreens continue to put pressure on here in the second half. And whatever discussions were had at halftime, this second half looks just like the first. As Hang now is sliding tackle missed on the Marshfield side. Now Kraus up to Rorty. Rorty will go 1-on-3 here. Rorty, though, racing past the defense, cuts in front of the defender and is hauled down. And this will be a free kick outside of the box, no penalty kick. But a yellow card is going to come out here as the yellow card is on number 24, Colin Abil. And nice work there for Rorty. Rorty turned on the gas and then slammed on the brakes right in front of Abil. Automobile insurance companies would not have liked that maneuver, but that was essentially what happened. And then Abil just kind of ran through Rorty, but again, Rorty stopped short. That was they call that on 5, Ben Hollenbeck. Okay. So yellow is on Hollenbeck, not Abil. Either way, it's a free kick and a good opportunity here for Marshfield. This will be Fay with it. Fay will loft this one inside, and too quick for his teammates to connect with it. Brett Manigill, the closest Marshfield player to the ball, but easily snatched up by John Belton in goal for the Evergreens. As we take a look down in front of us here, some people missing. The rain has chased some people out, and I know these tickets are precious. They're hard to come by. Now, perhaps they're waiting in the tunnels and still watching. I don't know, but a lot of faithful out there with umbrellas, and a lot more faithful, very hardy, sturdy people without umbrellas out there, braving the what has now turned into a mist. Still wet precipitation coming down. And those folks without umbrellas, my hat's off to you. But I guess at a certain point you were wet anyway, so one way or another you're coming home wet. And one of the fortunate few to be let in, so they're gonna stick it out down there. Unlike perhaps a Mr. Lucas Hoheisel. he probably would have been the first one out, Jada. Yeah. As the Evergreens push up ahead and offside as they pushed too far up ahead. Again, Jason Zaleski alongside Jada Hamblin as we bring you Wisconsin Valley Conference soccer here from Marshfield this evening. Rain began just before halftime and came down hard right at the end of our halftime break and now has settled back into a harmless mist. As we take a look at the Bose & Company Fieldhouse, it is a Marshfield sweep of DC Everest. Marshfield Tigers over the Everest Evergreens 3-0. And that one sent in a golf term. They would call that a worm burner. And John Belton gets his hands under that worm burner. You have or have not? No? Well, now you have. And one down for Marshfield. And it looks like we'll need a substitution. They do stop the time. And as they stop the time, we will stop for a commercial break. Everest leads here from Marshfield 1-0 in the 58th minute.
We know how a bank should be at Partners Bank. Banking should be easier, treating our customers as valued and important. Services should be better with online and mobile banking and locations close to where you live and work. Loans should be quicker, and we make all decisions locally with years of experience helping people with their financing needs. Partners Bank, member FDIC, and an equal housing lender.
Partners Bank, better together.
Back to Marshfield here as our mist has increased enough. Now I would again call it rain. So precipitation coming down a little bit harder. But we play on here. And that was either a swing and a miss there by Meyer or just got under that wet ball and spun off the top of his cleat. Throw here for the Evergreens. Colin Belton temporarily being harassed there by Ian Haugen. Now the Evergreens play on the far side, working around the corner. Deep in there. Maybe Evan Peak down there. Long way down there for old Jace to see. And off the head of Meyer that time and caught by Cassidy. Cassidy quickly up ahead now. It comes to Clifton. And Clifton works back inside around Abil and slips, loses his footing on the wet turf. And the ball bounces in the midfield. Kraus will settle it down, send it across to Manigill. Manigill's got Rorty up ahead on his right, left-handed or left-footed kick, and Clifton not able to handle. And it'll be last off the foot of Kevin Hang, and Marshfield's Haugen will throw in. In it comes to Fay. Fay will chase it up, and a nice thread inside to Manigill, but Manigill not able to handle, but Rorty will collect it on the outside. Rorty chips it up ahead, missed its mark, and the Evergreens missed the mark altogether. And then on the quick kick there, over the top of the goal, off of the left foot of Ian Haugen. That one sailed above the crossbar by about 15 feet and harmlessly out of bounds. Take a look at volleyball action for you from Stevens Point. The undefeated Pacelli Cardinals taking on the Allman Bancroft Eagles. Watch live at ZaleskiSports.com, or I'll just tell you right now. I mean, again, watch live. I mean, you got no reason not to. But Pacelli up 1-0 in the match. In the match. And set number 2 just underway as varsity doesn't start in the Central Wisconsin Conference until 7:30. We had varsity just across the parking lot from us here in Wisconsin Valley Conference volleyball that started at about 6:55. So a little bit of a disparity there between start times between the two conferences. Which means after our soccer match here, volleyball will still be going on in Stevens Point. Check out one of the best teams in the entire state, the Pacelli Catholic Cardinals. Haugen pushes back to Barth. And now on the outside, Fay patiently works it away from the sideline. Now drifts back towards the middle of the field and sent all the way over for Rorty, and Rorty able to catch up to it, keep it in. And the speedy Sam Rorty now will take off, throw the brakes on, and back he goes the other way. Rorty, fun to watch down there, and on the send in, it was Fay coming in from the opposite side, but Fay not able to connect as Colin Abiel able to push it back, and now all the way on the other far side of the field, it's Marshfield with throw. Up it comes to Manigault. Manigault and Rorty go battle with, or not battle, send to each other, and then Marshfield eventually gives away to the Evergreens. Again, Evergreens pushing the tempo offensively and doing it nicely. And will earn themselves a throw deep in the Marshfield end. This will be Abiel with the throw. Abiel looks to Hang as Hang and Peak circle. And Evergreen's not able to keep it in after that. That was Garrison Peak and Kevin Hang circling in front of Colin Abiel. Abiel had a couple of good chances there as Kraus sliding tackle. Now sent all the way through, and nice work defensively by Alex Simon. Now Rorty looking to create for himself, but outruns, and again, nice job defensively. That time Colin Belton able to hang with the speedy Sam Rorty. 63rd minute, still 1-0. But in a 1-0 score, as they say, it just takes one. And at this point in the match, one for either team would change things here one way or the other. Everest able to score one here with less than 30 minutes left in the match. You would figure that may just be enough. Marshfield looking for the equalizer. Been looking for it since the 8th minute. And really, I would say have really not provided themselves a quality opportunity to this point. As the rain now has receded back to a mist, and even if there's something less than a mist, that's what it is right now. But the pitch is going to be wet for the duration, and the ball as well. Now Rorty races down on the far side of the field, throws on the brakes, gives there to Manigault. And Manigault loses possession as the Evergreen player hits the deck, and their whistle will come on the Tigers. And a free kick for DC Everest. Our favorite and yours, Bryce Rasmussen, watching online. Hi, Bryce. Now Hang looked to feather that ahead for Hepner. Hepner stopped his run, and Cassidy will easily pick it up. And down it comes to Abiel. Abiel not able to handle off of his left foot and whistles on the field. Substitutions coming in for the Tigers. As we see Clifton and Haugen head off. And in comes Maya Goitia. And number 6, that is Graham Lonsdale. First time we've called Lonsdale's name today. As Maya Goitia sends to Lonsdale right away. So both getting their names called. And that ball shepherded out of bounds. Kraus, though, going to come in and deflect to Manigault. Manigault goes across now to... Is that Rorty playing all the way over there? It is. So one change we've seen since the first half, my apologies, it's taken me this long to see it, unless that change was just implemented. Rorty essentially taking out of his striker position and instead now more in a forward position, playing the far side outside of the field for Jeff Moulter's Marshfield Tigers in the second half. Looking to mix things up a little bit. Look for a scoring combination here as we play in the 67th minute. Kraus will throw for the Tigers. Had Fay to his right, now does come into Fay. Fay works across and through 2 evergreens. Now Fay dribbles all the way across the field. Alex Simon on the other, or I'm sorry, that was Manigault. Simon looking on. And Rorty loses that one out. Throw for the Evergreens. A lot of communication on the field for DC Everest as well, coming from their players on the field and from the bench. There are a lot of chatter down there, all coming from the Evergreen side. And this one will be sent back into Belton. And Hang tempted to keep that one in, not able to. Tough one coming all the way across to him. Big bounce on the end of it as well. And now the Marshfield fans in attendance here are communicating right in front of us. Those in attendance urging their Tigers to talk. Now Kraus turns. Maya Goesha off to Fay. Fay into the middle and then loses. He tried to lead himself there on the dribble, and then he and Abil collide. Now Kraus back with it, and Kraus again, like Fay a moment ago, led himself too far. Not able to retain possession. Now Meyer with it here. Meyer will push it ahead. This one pushed ahead to Maya Goesha. And then Maya Goesha loses it out of bounds. 2 subs for the Evergreens. As Abil was ready to throw, he heads out. And then coming all the way across the pitch to take his place as he turns around here. We'll tell you who that is on the throw. And that was Cal Weniger. And Weniger with it here. And Weniger loses it behind him. Manigault gives it back to Fay. And Manigault pushed from behind by Weniger. And the whistle comes out. And an opportunity perhaps here for the Tigers on the free kick. Again, opportunities have been tough to come by. And Marshfield not providing the opportunities for themselves. And that one turned in by Meyer. But John Belton up to the task in goal for the Evergreens yet again. Down at Wisconsin Rapids, Stratford erases the Assumption Royals in 3 straight. Volleyball action in Merriwood Conference volleyball as our 6 broadcasts now are trimmed down to 2 for the day. Again, we brought you 6 live high school sporting events on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network here today. And now there are two right here. And the one I mentioned earlier down in Stevens Point, Pacelli and Allman Bancroft volleyball varsity starts at 7:30 in the Central Wisconsin Conference. So they continue to play down there. But you're watching here with us, Jason Zaleski, Jada Hamblin, showing you Wisconsin Valley Conference soccer here on Zaleski Sports, the official broadcast partner of the Marshfield Tigers. Now Rorty looked behind him briefly and not able to make a move before it was stripped away from behind. Now this one rolled ahead, coming all the way out of goal was Cassidy. Now Manigill will chase this one down in the midfield. Manigill looks ahead at Garrison Peak, works on him, then gives off to Fry. Now Fry harassed from behind and able to fend off his Evergreen opponent. And now Maya Goitia looked to turn it and lost it out of bounds. Hepner with it now. Hepner feeds back to the middle. And one there had to wait to come back onside. That was Ricky Jang. And both Cassidy and Alex Simon look at each other after that exchange like, geez. Not being on the field, I can't tell you for sure, but from up here, it just looks like miscommunication on the Tigers' end frequently here in this one. Miscommunication or no communication. Run on the far side of the pitch here and cutting inside, and the ball still being battled for down there. Battle won by Marshfield, but it's going to be offside. Here's the call, and the offside participant, Alejandro Maya Goitia. No, I'm sorry. Corner upcoming. All right, that's what the flag was up for. So they say that ball across the goal line before that happened. So a corner for the Tigers, and again, Tigers work quickly. This one sent in. Rorty had to go between his legs, and out it comes. Now Simon will send it. And send it tall and far. Again, all it takes for Marshfield is one goal. They just need one. But the Tigers have yet to give any indication that that goal is possible. But it just takes one Evergreen's slip-up, mistake, error, penalty. I mean, a lot of ways. Marshfield's got a lot of outs. You want to think of it in poker terms, but those outs are starting to evaporate here. 74th minute, and a throw coming for Marshfield. And again, they go fast. Haugen heads it up ahead to Fay, and Fay will eventually reel this one back in. Now Fay in a big collision there on the far side. Flag comes up, and this is going to be a penalty. And the penalty from outside, just outside of the box, as Fay was hauled down on the outside. So as I revise history here on the call, this is the best chance the Tigers have had to this point. Be Rorty to kick it, as the Evergreens will form a 3-man or a 4-man wall here. We'll see 3 back up, and now they do join forces. So a 4-man wall for the Evergreens in front of Rorty, as Rorty will kick this in the 75th minute. Referee still positioning both Tigers and Evergreens. Now whistles it through, and Rorty on his run sent that one low. Now kicked ahead by Manigill, redirected by Fay. And John Belton was there and ready. Nice redirection there by Fay, but again, Belton up to the task. He's had a number of saves here today. That likely his best so far. So again, Rorty flips this one ahead and sends it out of bounds. Say thanks to our friends at Drexler Transport for helping to provide live free high school sports broadcasts all season long here on the Zaleski Sports Broadcast Network. Drexler offers Ostia Health primary care at zero cost to the driver. Visit DrexlerTransport.com to apply today. And Cassidy again has got a race now way out of his goal. And now just kicks it out of bounds, and Hang, as Cassidy still racing into his goal and able to get there. And then now Fay with the push as he pushes Cal Weniger. And Weniger with the free kick now upcoming. So free kick will be handled by Kyle Jagolinski, Jr., Evergreen. Jagolinski, nice one sent in. Headed out by the Tigers. That was Meyer on the header. And now it's Rorty who's hauled down. And what do they call here? Okay, they will give the free kick to the Tigers. Looked like a couple of those Tigers were disputing it right away. Nothing there to dispute. And this one will be chased down by Rosales. And then he'll send over to Belton to handle. Yep, the rain has picked up. I would say back to rain status now. From whatever is a level below mist to mist, now to rain again. It's rained essentially for the entire second half, the last few minutes of the first half. But nothing about the rain has changed anything here on the pitch. Score remains 1-0. And Evergreen's, again, generally in control of this one. Marshfield, a couple of brighter moments. I wouldn't call them any flashes or fireworks, but a couple of moments. As subs will come in, this will be Brian Fay that will head out. In comes Julian Clipton. Hildebrandt Custom Cabinets is Central Wisconsin's premium choice for handmade cabinetry and countertops for your kitchen and bathroom. Plus, choose Hildebrandt Custom Cabinets for your full housing design. Don't just take our word for it. Check out Hildebrandt Custom Cabinets on Facebook and see the pictures of completed work in the comments from happy customers throughout Wisconsin. 79th minute. Time winding down here. If you're a math whiz like me, that means just a little bit more than 10 minutes left in this one. As we see Evan Peak again check in for the Evergreens, and Peak asks for it, and it was thrown over the top of his head by Weniger, and that'll give Marshfield a chance. So we'll see how extended or brief that chance may be, as Maya Goyosha will chase this one down, not able to keep it in. Again, Weniger with the throw. And again, it comes into Peak. All the way back now it comes to Watson in the middle of the Evergreens defense. Marshfield starting to push up here just a bit as we play in the 80th minute. Just a tick over 10 minutes here to find a goal if you're the Tigers. And that one not able to be kept in by Meyer. And the throw again. This one, Evan Peak will throw it. Nice job there by Barth momentarily to get that one away. But Evergreens will continue to possess the ball here. Another substitution coming in for DC Everest and Coach Josh Roloff. And Weniger was in. He's back out for the Evergreens. And back in is Colin Abil. Now Peak collides with our official here on the side and loses the ball out of bounds. That one headed up by Clifton, but not able to find a connecting Marshfield teammate. Now Manigault turns in the middle. Quickly up ahead it goes to Rorty. Rorty's got one to his left. Running with him is Graham Lonsdale. And now Lonsdale settles in, and instead it comes here to Clifton. Clifton off his chest inside the box and kicked away. And now Haugen, and Haugen a quick kick and sent that one generously left of the goal. 82nd minute now. Time ticking away faster and faster here, seemingly, in this one. Off it came in the midfield. Nobody went for it. Both the Evergreens and Tigers players each stepped away from the ball. And the Evergreens now will come away with it here in the midfield. Another ball sent all the way down by Everest, and Cassidy again comes out of goal, kicks this one up ahead, and will be kept in for in the meantime by Clifton. And then as he's pushed out of bounds, we'll see if a card comes out here. That was a big push there by Kyle Jaglinski. And yeah, the card will come out as that card comes on Ben Hollenbeck, and that's his second. So the red now follows the yellow on Hollenbeck. And Hollenbeck was not the player. It was Kyle Jaglinski who pushed Clifton out, and Hollenbeck must have had words for the official after that. There's no other reason that the yellow came out for Hollenbeck other than if he was chatting with the official on the field after that. And Hollenbeck is sent out, and the Evergreens now will play with 10 for the remaining 8 or, well, a little bit less than 8, almost 7 minutes left here in this one. Awards and More is your one-stop shop for awards, plaques, trophies, embroidery, screen printing, and promotional products. Awards and More is also the proud sponsor of the Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month. Vote for the Awards and More Zaleski Sports Athlete of the Month at ZaleskiSports.com, and visit Awards and More on Facebook to begin your next trophy order. So see if things open up here for Marshfield a little bit. They do give it away there off the foot of Meyer. But you would anticipate things opening up just a bit for the Tigers, especially now as they press, as we play here in the 83rd minute. They look to force the action. They were forcing it, or at least attempting to force it before that. Now with one less Evergreen to navigate through, we'll see what the Tigers able to do, trying to, again, find that would be their first goal of the match, and a goal that's needed here to at least put a 1 on the scoreboard, as the Evergreens have done. Now Lonsdale steps in front of Watson, and Watson able to shield Lonsdale away from the ball. Tigers navigate through the midfield here, send it outside to Rorty. Rorty's got 3 in front of him, now flicks it on ahead, and Watson's going to chase that one down, and it's going to be had by Maya Goisha. Maya Goisha continues to work, and Watson and Lonsdale looking for the ball, and now it's Rorty with the ball. Rorty with the ball, sends it in off his left foot, and off of the shoulder of Watson, and into the waiting arms of John Belton. Now Haugen with it. He looks up ahead, looking for teammates. Past Clifton. And now Lonsdale. And Lonsdale will try to send it all the way across. And now Rorty with it. Rorty looking for the send in. Rorty now will watch this one roll out. And a throw coming for Rorty and the Tigers. And a whistle now comes as one substitute apiece coming onto the field. So throw coming in now as Manigault race to the side. Lonsdale in front and finally thrown in by Rorty. Rorty all the way in. It came towards Meyer. Not there yet. Simon with it to Clifton. Now Clifton gives it back to Barth. And again, Tigers able to play with a one-man advantage here as we play in the 85th minute. This will be Meyer with the throw, and Meyer will throw it into Simon. Simon will send this one high in the air. And the Evergreens will come down with it. Take the first step to building your customized home with Stratford Homes. Visit StratfordHomes.com to see floor plans, schedule a tour, or begin the design of your new customized home from Stratford Homes. With a 110,000 square foot indoor construction facility and model home village located in the heart of central Wisconsin. Stratford Homes has been an industry leader in the systems-built home market since 1973. Visit StratfordHomes.com today to get started. 86th minute as the Evergreens look to peel the last couple of minutes off the clock and keep the score where it is. They have led 1-0 since the 8th minute. Again, it was a goal by Caden Hepner. Hepner with a breakaway and able to beat Cassidy on the one-on-one. Again, that was all the way back in the 8th minute. We've had no scoring since then. But the Tigers here to look to equalize the score as they play with a one-man advantage after the red card was issued just a few minutes ago to senior defender Ben Hallenbeck. And a whistle there as Rorty hits the ground. Tigers with the free kick. Kraus with it. Senior Tim Kraus, and he'll leave it behind for Meyer. Meyer now all the way up ahead. In it comes and headed back out. Haugen will send it right back in. Clifton with it there. Clifton's going to race to the corner and then sent out by Abil. 3.5 minutes left. Now Haugen with it. Haugen, right foot in, and Belton there. Belton had to move just 2 paces to his right. Little hop, and right into his hands. Barth gives off to Clifton. Clifton looked to send it all the way across. Instead, feathers it back to Haugen. And now Meyer, a sliding tackle there by Meyer, and a whistle comes, and it'll be another free kick for the Tigers. And Meyer will send it in. Meyer sends it strong and long. Can Rorty run this one down and keep it in? No. So goal kick up coming, and Everest goaltender John Belton holds his hands out, tells his Evergreens to slow down as they look to work about 2:15 off the clock here and hang on to a 1-0, what would be a 1-0 Valley Conference win. Again, both the Evergreens and the Tigers coming in with a .500 record. Tigers 3-3, Evergreens 2-2. Hortonville without a match tonight will remain at 2-2 regardless of this outcome, obviously. And in the box, the whistle comes, and a penalty kick coming up for the Tigers. Penalty coming in the 89th minute. Reset that to match that. So 88-10 showing on the clock. Sam Rorty will kick the PK. Rorty looking to equalize here as we play late in this one. Marshfield not shown much offensively, but they do get the break they were looking for. I mentioned that early in the second half. Now Rorty on his run-up. Rorty, right foot and in! Rorty goes to his right. Belton went to his right. And Rorty with the equalizer in the 89th minute. We are tied at 1. So a minute 50 left here to decide a winner, or both teams will remain at 500, no overtime in Wisconsin Valley Conference soccer, as Rorty not able to keep that one in on the outside. Again, Evergreen's playing the last 6 minutes or so with just 10 on the pitch, as Hollenbeck was sent off, his second yellow of the day, and it was a yellow card that was issued without Hollenbeck contacting anybody. The only thing we can decipher from up here is as Kyle Jaglinski hauled down the Marshfield player, it was Hollenbeck chatting with that referee and said something to draw that yellow. Now this one, the wet ball kicked behind, and who was that last kicked from? And it was last off of the foot of Fay. And we have less than 1 minute here to play in Marshfield. It'll be a goal kick now for the Evergreens. And the ball just being kicked around the field. There were two balls were on the pitch. And we're going to stop the clock here with 89:22. There were two balls on the pitch. Both were kicked. 89-12 he wants. So 89-12 is what our official is calling for, and after he sees it put up on the scoreboard, he will whistle us back in. As two balls were on the pitch, both balls were kicked at the same time. One by the goaltender and one by the defender. And that is not fair play. So they add 10 seconds, subtract 10 seconds, whatever you want to say, but it puts about 50 seconds back. 50 seconds left here in the match as Meyer heads this one up ahead. Rorty heads it on. And now Manigault with it. Manigault looking to get it past Watson. And Watson collides with the Marshfield player. And our referee says play on as both Watson and it looked like Fay collide. And our official says play on. Now Rorty is hauled down as we have less than 20 seconds left. 15 seconds and counting. Marshfield, it'll be Sam Rorty with the free kick. Rorty, line drive kick all the way in towards Manigault. Marshfield had a chance there. They had a chance. It was Krause and Manigault coming together. This one off the crossbar! Off the crossbar as time expires here in Marshfield. Off the foot of Alex Simon, off the crossbar, as the football equivalent, or a soccer equivalent of the football Hail Mallory, as Rachel says, Hail Mary as the rest of us say, and off the crossbar. I don't think John Belton thought that one had a chance when it was first sent in, but that ball died in the evening air and rain, and Marshfield just inches away from a true walk-off here in soccer. But as it is, they end here at 1-1, and we will end our broadcast by thanking our sponsor, Nasonville Dairy. Fresh cheese curds made daily at nasonvilledairy.com. I'm going to head down to Nasonville tomorrow morning, talk with my friend Brenda, and have some cheese curds of my own. And you should too. You can find those cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, just located just southwest of Marshfield on Highway 10, in Cadott, and online at nasonvilledairy.com, and many retailers around central Wisconsin. Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, nasonvilledairy.com. We will hear from Nasonville and be back for just one brief word as we close out today's broadcast. Be back in just a moment.
Well, the Grow Wisconsin Dairy Processing Grant is for really any dairy, or up to $50,000 you can get for like improvements, help help with like food safety aspects. It's actually you have to pay part of the service that you're getting, so you have to pay 20% of it. So we were actually granted $6,150, and so that's the 80%. So our project is at a little over $7,000. So that's showing them that we're doing something with their milk. We're not just taking it and turning it into cheese, sitting in the stores, sending the customer, like everyone else does. Anything that we do in the plant with food safety is great for everyone. It's not just great for us. It's telling the customer that we make a good product. It's telling the farmer, our patrons, that we're doing good with their milk. And so that should really go to heart. That you're going to get a safe product coming out of here. It's cool to see that all the Hymans are they really like to see their name out in the community, but especially for anything with children's groups. They sponsor a bike raffle every year, and they actually go in and give it to the kid in the schools. I know that's a huge thing every year. But yeah, it's really cool to see their name out there. Seeing them a sponsor, we all got kids, we all were kids, so most likely something came out of here that we've done.
We originally started out with making cheddar, and now we make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmers cheese, pizza cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Friar, Seco, Parma, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, as well as making some Gouda Edam and a little bit of Munster on occasion.
All right, welcome back to a rainy, drizzly Marshfield, Hiding Community Field, as we wrap up here on Nasonville Dairy Postgame Show. Again, Nasonville Dairy, fresh cheese curds made daily, NasonvilleDairy.com. Marshfield and Everest battled to a 1-1 tie. It was Sam Rorty equalizing things in the 89th minute on the penalty kick. And just a fascinating finish. It was Alex Simon at the very end with just 3 seconds left on the clock. Just delivered a soccer version of the Hail Mary, and it looked like off his foot it was going to sail clearly tall of the goal, and it did not. That ball was cut down by the rain and the drizzle, and right off the top of the crossbar, missed the what would have been the winning goal by about 4 inches. And just a fascinating finish here for Marshfield. But as it is, Marshfield now their first tie of the season. They leave here with a record of 3-3-1. DC Everest a record of 2-2-1. Next up for Marshfield soccer is a Saturday home contest against the Hortonville Polar Bears, and we'll have that one for you as Zaleski Sports is the official broadcast partner of Marshfield Senior High School. We'll also have volleyball, Marshfield volleyball on Friday. That's a reschedule, and as I'm sitting here now, I'm forgetting who it is. It seems like it's one of the Wausau area teams, but either way, volleyball Friday, JV 5:30, varsity 7 p.m. Soccer here at 11 a.m. on Saturday. And as of now, Marshfield football still looking for a game. Wausau East has made themselves ineligible to play football, so Marshfield football looking for a game, and make sure to stay tuned to Zaleski Sports. Keep it on the Facebook, the Zaleski Sports Facebook network, as we think there's a good chance we may have some breaking news one way or the other sometime tomorrow about Marshfield football, so we'll keep an eye on that for you. For Jada Hamblin, Jason Zaleski signing off here. We've got a whole slew of games for you on Thursday, and make sure to check the live stream schedule each morning at ZaleskiSports.com. Just click